Hi. Hello. I am so excited to be here today to share the embrace ritual of today around Ayurveda, which means the study of life. And I love the idea of including a ritual around the study of life because it's in this way, with the rituals that we're bringing into our life in this group to create self care habits. Um, it's truly about self inquiry and bringing what is natural and healthy into our lives can sometimes require a ritual to be made for those of us over 40 because we have so many things that we do, so many projects and complications that can happen. The idea of this group is to embrace rituals into our life to form new self-care habits. So in the idea of the sacred ritual where we allocate time and we light a candle, I've lit candles today to prepare this for you. Perhaps you would want to burn sage or incense, maybe set up some nice flowers. This is up to you. My idea here is to invite you to create rituals for your self care in an easy way, a casual way, while adding these other elements of sacredness can honor the idea of ritual. I want to share that my goal is to remove any obstacles so you can actually realize this in your everyday life. Because there are certain habits that we can create into rituals. It can go either way. So, our self care are habits that we all do, but refining the self care can be a ritual in itself. So, I lit my candle and I'd like to invoke a mantra today that you can use, or you can bring in your own mantra, which can be very healing practice for yourself. My mantra is I nourish myself. I nourish myself. So maybe close your eyes, breathe in and out through your nose, and you can silently or vocally share your mantra. I nourish myself. I nourish myself. And now silently, and open your eyes. We are. We're all here together. Now, the nourishment that I want to share with you, last week we talked about sips of water. And today I want to share the nourishing qualities of oiling our bodies. So this would be something that you do in the morning and in the evening. You can do it depends on how you want to invite this into your world. And I want to give a shout out to my mama, who I saw doing this my entire childhood. I grew up in the South and I saw her always taking care of herself, oiling her body. I remember she used this almond oil for a while, and that one I really liked. And that's when I started connecting the idea of oil to my life. And later on, I have studied Ayurveda, the study of life, and discovered that oiling our body is deeply nourishing to the cells in our skin. Our skin is our largest organ. And when we apply oil over our bodies, it seeps into our bloodstream. So if you're using lotion or something from, I don't know what you use on your body, but finding the highest quality ingredients that you can apply to your body is really the best approach. And it doesn't always have to be expensive, but looking at this in a different way outside of lotions, like I never use lotion anymore. I only use oil on my skin. And I have a couple that I want to share with you, and then I want to show you the technique. So I live in California, and I really like using local ingredients. In that way, I like to use olive oil on my skin. This may not be what you would use on your skin, but it's deeply healing to the skin. It's very nourishing. It's kind of thick. So this one is for, I would do this one on a warm day. If it's a cold day, it may be hard for your skin to really absorb it. And then I also have this wonderful oil. It's a blend of oils from Banyan Botanicals. I don't work for them, but they do a really great job with Ayurvedic herbal infused oils. And I've been using this for an injury that I have on my arm. And it's an internal injury. My tendons and muscles are all mixed up from a fall that I had. And this one's a great oil, kukui nut oil. If you have a scratch or some kind of a skin rash, this is a very nourishing oil. It's from Hawaii, and it is a do not miss, something to always keep in your first aid kit, because it really helps to heal up any kind of little inflammation that you might have on, especially your hands. This is a joint balm, which I'm going to use on my feet, and it has some herbs inside that can help really juice up the joints. It's particularly helpful for arthritis, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. But what I want to share in this video is before you shower, applying oil can really help when you're in a warm shower. It can help the pores open up, and then the oil gets into the pores and really helps foster the nourishment that your skin can benefit from. The other time that you might want to do it, if that doesn't feel comfortable to you, is after your shower, applying the oil and then doing yoga or exercise. The warming of the body helps the oil to go into the skin and to really impact layers of the skin in a deeper way. Over time, this is deeply nourishing to the skin. I have been oiling my skin for years. Every time I go get a massage, the massage therapist, they always comment on my skin. I have a lot of sun damage, and I really believe that it is from the oils. And Ayurveda and the Vedic texts of Ayurveda, the Vedic texts, I read the Ashtanga Hridayam. I study with a group virtually, and I have learned that in the texts themselves, the recommendation is to oil the body before showering and before doing exercise in the morning. The morning is a great time to stretch, and oiling the body beforehand is a great measure. So that's why I'm sharing this lesson with you. Now, I just want to show you, I am going to oil my arm here because I am oiling this a few times a day. If you have muscle tension, any kind of muscle injury, oiling the body can help to lubricate the tissues. And that's the real point of bringing oil to the body. So it nourishes the cells. It offers deep nourishment and lubrication to our tendons, muscles, and the fascia that interweaves in between all of this. The fascia is a tight, strappy, connective tissue, and it is, we can work it to be more flexible through stretching and massage. Adding the oil really helps to facilitate a larger range of motion. So I'm actually in a lot of pain right here. I had an injury and I'm healing up from it, but it's very hard doing yoga with that injury. But I'll get through it. It'll be fine. The next thing, the real reason I wanted to connect with you is to show you about foot massage. So I'm going to back up a little bit and share this with you. You want to make sure your feet are nice and clean. I washed my feet ahead of time. I grew up and I still walk around in bare feet, and I highly recommend that you don't do that. Add house shoes to your repertoire at home. You can create a ritual around it. I have my little slippers right here. My kids bought me these cute little fox slippers, and you can keep them nice and tidy. Create a little ritual around washing them. Maybe put a little essential oil in there if you like that. Having them always nearby, and really honoring your body by allowing your feet to have covering, so you're not taking any extra soil through your feet. Your skin is a transdermal organ, so you are able to, whatever you put on it seeps into your body. And if you have dirt on your feet all the time, it's unhealthy. It's not helpful to your systems, because our feet offer a connection of energy channels. So you can look at that as I just described it, as energy channels, or you can understand that we have a vascular system that connects throughout our body, from our feet and at the crown of our head, up through our neck and through our hands. And these connection points impact and stimulate our organs when we massage our feet and hands. So my suggestion is to add a ritual beyond oiling of the body in the morning, after your shower, before you exercise or after you exercise. Add a ritual of really massaging your feet. And I'm just adding this nice joint balm. It's made with shea butter. It's made with sesame oil. And it's made with guggulu and guduchi, which are two Ayurvedic herbs that help to decrease inflammation in the joints. And applied topically, consistently, can really help. So I'm just really giving myself a good rub down here. In Japanese reflexology, this connection point from the big toe, can you see that? From the big toe to this part of the ball of the foot, this like pad of the foot, there is a connection energy point here. And when you massage it consistently, it helps to release growth hormone, which is deeply stimulating to those of us over 40 with lower cell turnover. This can really, on a consistent basis, stimulating this can be helpful. And really, massage is the best way to stimulate it. And I can actually feel a different sensation when I do this. So applying this ritual morning and evening not only stimulates your organs, creates flexible feet, you're adding nourishment of oils to your skin, and your feet, the bottoms of the feet at night, before you go to bed, doing this kind of ritual, your feet will absorb these oils over time if you do it consistently, and it will really benefit your legs, your organs in your body. Really stimulating the feet and hands helps in so many ways. But doing it at night, if it's the only time that you have time to do this, create and embrace a ritual around it. because the nourishing oils absorb into the skin at a time when our bodies are resting and digesting the nourishment from the day. So whether that is oil that you are applying to your skin, or your or your the food that you've been eating, the liquid that you've been taking in, the company that you've been keeping, the nourishment is all digesting in the evening. Rest and digest. And then another fun thing to do for yourself is to interlace your fingers, spreading your toes out. As we get older, sometimes our feet become misshapen. I see my clients who have winged up pinky toes. And it's, working on bringing that down flat to the floor improves everything. It improves the circulation in the body. It improves the way the other toes work and receive impact from your walking and running and whatever activity that you're doing. Sometimes the big toe is squished over next to your other toe, and offering this sort of readjustment with your own hands every night in the evening can really create impacts in the cartilage and the synovial fluid that are part of your joints and help to create ease and joyful walking, minimizing pain of arthritis, minimizing arthritis if done over time. I have one client, I started this 2 years ago, and her feet look totally different now. So applying self-care I'm just gonna rub my hands here, get a little closer. Applying self-care of bringing oils into the skin, healthy oils. Sesame oil is very warming and traditionally a very nurturing oil to use for those of us over 40. Sometimes, if we are in perimenopause and menopause, it can be too heating. For me, it's too heating. But in the winter time, it's a wonderful oil to bring into the body. And I just want to share about coconut oil. Coconut oil is very trendy now, and it's complicated. Coconut oil, if you have it stored and it's in a liquid, if it's, you buy like virgin coconut oil, so it's not refined to be liquid. Okay, that is too refined to use on your body. But if you buy fractionated coconut oil, that's too refined to use on the body. If you buy coconut oil that is thick and white and it looks like Crisco, that's not the kind of oil you want to use on your body. Coconut oil, where it is from, in that same form, in the heat of the tropics, it's a liquid. And then it absorbs easily, and it has a cooling nature to our bodies. That can be very beneficial to those of us in perimenopause, but it's complicated because it really needs to be in that liquid form. If you are putting it on in the hard form and it melts, it's still not helpful to the body. It's hard for the body to digest it. So unless you live in the tropics and the coconut oil is liquidy, I would say refrain from the use of coconut oil unless you're in a hot climate and it's already liquidy. Go for it. It'll make you feel good in the heat of the summer. So thank you for joining me. Let us just end with a little closing mantra, closing our eyes. Breathing in and out through the nose. I nourish myself. I nourish myself. Thank you for being here. Namaste.